Hello, this is Noah. I'm just going to make a quick tutorial on Crash Twinsanity 80%. This is probably not going to be the final version of the tutorial. I'm just quickly making this because there is no tutorial currently for this route, so I'm just going to make this for anyone who wants to learn this category. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing you need to do is something we call nut skip. It skips, it skips Jungle Bungle and Cavern Catastrophe. So you need to grab this nut and bring it over here, and then slide the nut onto this step here, and then you're going to need to try to get it up here. So the best way to do that is to put the nut right around here and face this angle and then slide. It can be a little tricky, but so now what you want to do is so you see this line I'm standing on right here? Try putting the nut a little bit in front of that line. Right about there. That should work right there. And then what you want to do is jump onto the nut and hold forward, and you should zoom right across. Alright, now just proceed as usual. So here you're going to have to wait for this to load. What we usually do is pause because that actually saves time. It loads a little bit faster if you pause. Yep. Now the next thing we're going to do is skip Totem-pole. So there's a couple ways to do that. The easier way to do it is to go over here, and there's a tree that you jump on. So jump on this hay bale and then jump on this tree, and then do a high double jump onto that ledge right there. There we go. So that's the easier way to do the skip. Now if you want to learn a slightly more difficult way, you want to go over here. I would recommend storing a long jump. It makes the skip a lot easier. And then stand right as high as you can on this ledge, and then try to body slam up here. Okay, now for this route, you're going to need to watch this cutscene, because the reason we were watching this cutscene is to grab Cortex, because we need Cortex for dimension skip.
For my orchard is riddled with greedy worms. If you
Which
rid my
is,
land of these
if you don't know already, it's an upcoming
power.
skip that skips, so it skips Slip Slide Escapades,
What do you expect? This isn't a game.
Icy's Hijinks, and then it skips all of Hub 3. So it's pretty important that we get Cortex here. So make sure you grab them. Now, there's two ways to proceed from here. The easier way is to jump on this fence and then buy sign up here. If I can even do that. You get the idea, but yep, there you go. And the other way, which is a little bit more difficult, is to go over here and then jump on this rock to get up. So what I recommend doing is basically trying to jump onto this higher part of the rock and then immediately jumping. The body slam does not work. You're gonna have to just try to do a double jump up there. There we go. So now we're going to skip the Tikimon boss. So what you have to do is double jump onto this rock, and then do another double jump, and then jump off. It's a little bit better if I just show you how to do it, but it's a little bit tricky. Just try to watch how I do it, and hopefully you can get it. So, alright. So that pretty much is all that you do in Hub 1. Now just proceed. Oh yeah, here you're gonna have to death abuse because you need to bring Cortex with you. So die and then just bring Cortex with you onto the boat. Alrighty, that's hub 1. Here we usually pause to make the next chunk load faster. Don't pay attention to how long I'm pausing, I'm not really paying attention. Just like watch a run to see how long I do it. Okay, so now you don't need to bring Cortex at this point, you can just have to use it again later. The next part of it is to skip this cutscene. So store a long jump and then try to position yourself as close to the trigger as you can. And then try to jump around it like this. That's a really tricky jump. So you may want to opt to skip that for now if you want to, but anyways. So now we go here and hit this checkpoint and then death abuse so we can get Cortex. Now this skip is ice climb skip, so what you want to do is throw Cortex and then stand right on the border of the chunk, right about here. And then you spin while moving from one chunk, the first chunk to the next chunk, so that Cortex is invisible, like that. And now you have to point in a very specific direction and throw Cortex, and he will hit the autosave checkpoint at the top of the ladder. And then he will try to teleport to you and die, and then you will go up there. So usually what we do is just stand still after throwing him, but if you do that and then you die, the game will crash. So as a safety measure, I'll walk back into the previous chunk, and then after the checkpoint, he hits the checkpoint, walk back into the next chunk, and that will prevent the game from crashing if you die. So try to position Crash right about like this, and then throw Cortex. There we go. A little bit rusty at that, but it's really, really specific, but there you go. Now, it's time for a dimension skip. So, the first thing you want to do is throw Cortex and then quickly jump up to where I jump, like this. Okay, now throw Cortex again, and then jump right into here, and make sure you cross this line right here, so that you load the next chunk. Now, throw Cortex and jump over this cutscene that I just jumped over. If you don't jump there, then you'll hit the cutscene. Now, what you want to do is go right to the edge of this corridor here, and then kind of not quite at the very edge, but towards the edge, and then face in this direction and throw Cortex, and then move up to a certain position so that he will clip into the corridor like this. Alright, so hopefully he's in a good position for our skip. So now jump over the cutscene again. You want to enter the cutscene from in here, so that's why I did that. So now just enter the cutscene from somewhere behind Cortex, and yeah, just do that, and I'll kind of explain what to do next while this is playing. So what you want to do is at the end of the cutscene, Crash has to be stuck behind Cortex, and what you want to do is right at the end of the cutscene, you have to hit this invisible object, which Crash is currently trying to walk towards to end the cutscene, but he can't reach it. So the way to do that, it seems like you can't because Cortex is in the way, but you can use your hitbox to just barely hit the object if you spin while you move past Cortex, and you'll only have a few frames to do it. So what you need to do is hold slightly upright on the analog stick and spin. and you should be able to hit it's a little bit difficult, but let's see if I can get it. So, yep, it looks like I got it. So, as you can see, I went right past him right away, and then I moved backwards, and then he crashed did a little spin. A lot of people call it twitch, but it looks, I think it looks more like a spin. But anyways, if he does that little spin, then that means you got this guy. Okay, so now what you need to do is jump into the 10th dimension. You can do that without doing that whole setup there, but you'll get stuck at the bottom of the lab. That whole setup was to basically just trigger the cutscene right away. Walk down here, store a long jump. Forgot to do that. And then you basically just stand right on this ledge and jump like this. And there you go. Got in Dimension Skip.
So soft.
Okay, so now you get to watch the HUD cutscene without Cortex. It's very interesting. So the next thing we're going to be doing is skipping Rock Slide Rumble and Bandicoot Pursuit at the same time. So we're going to do a skip called Warp Skip. Now, it was previously not known that you could get Cortex if you had to watch the HUD cutscene, but we figured out a way to do it. You just simply walk out of the chunk and then reload the chunk and then walk back in. So what you do is go over here, and once you reach here, you're good, and then come back in, and then to quickly open the door, just walk like walk towards the door and then walk backwards, and the door will open instantly. Okay, so now Cortex is back, and we're gonna need him for the skip. So now bring him outside, and then you're gonna have to try to place him on a specific spot on the lab, which can be a little bit difficult. So you can either do it all at once or you can do it in steps. So like if you want to do it in steps, first throw Cortex and then jump on top of his camera. And then throw him again and then jump on the spot. I'm not going to do it, just here's the faster way of doing it. Anyways, you want it to be on this spot right here. Whoops. So let me just kind of explain where he's supposed to be. So try to put him. The position he's in is decent, but a more ideal position would be kind of like where Crash is standing right now, because it's a lot closer, a lot farther out, a lot closer to where we're going to be jumping. So what we're going to be doing is trying to body slam onto the end. Now there's actually multiple ways of doing this. So you can either try to do a twin jump, which is where you throw Cortex and he teleports to you, and you jump on top of him while right in midair, and you get extra height and jump up. But it's a little bit slower and is kind of difficult to do. I don't know. It kind of depends on your preferences, but the way that I usually do it is I jump on Cortex and then I try to double jump up to the end and body slam on top of it. Now it's possible to actually just do a double jump onto the end, but it's really, really difficult, so I recommend just doing body slam. So I'll try to demonstrate that now. Okay, there we go. So now what you want to do is store a long jump. Usually I just stand on the end and go like this. Or you could do a controllable slide jump off the side, but that's a little difficult. Now you just long jump right off this ledge into the bowl. Right here. So now, you just jump up here. And jump right through the floor. And you have to go past this door in order to load this chunk in. And then just go into the portal. And there you go. So now, next part is going to be quite difficult and stressful, because if you die at any point, the game will crash. So now you basically just go through Antagony as usual. Well, not as usual if you're doing speed strats, but if you want to, you don't have to learn those strats. You can just go through Antagony normally, but I will try to show you some strats to get through faster. And I may die, so I might have to reload save if that happens. So yeah, pretty much the rest of this is just going through Antagony as fast as you can. There's a chance that if you don't kill this ant, the game will crash, so I recommend doing that. That's not the fastest way to do that, but whatever. You can slide jump on top of it. You can slide jump onto one of those purple platforms and then do a long jump. Just check out one of our speedruns to see how to do that. You can slide jump on top of this and jump off. That's the fastest way to get over this. And then jump over. Okay, so this doing that is a little bit tricky. So what you want to do is neutralize the analog stick and then jump, and then hold left on the analog stick, and then forward. It sounds a little complicated, but so basically just jump and then hold left and then don't jump again and hold forward. Yeah, that can take a bit of practice to get used to, but yeah. Oops, I was supposed to slide jump in while Now there's a couple alternate strats you can do here. One is to do the raw strats, where you just jump up onto this, and then you do a bunch of long jumps around the pillars. I'm not going to show that here. It's if you go really fast the normal way and make the cycle, then it's actually faster. But I think that the wall strat can be a little bit easier way to go fast. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, let's just go through here as usual. You can slide jump right. Oh crap! I messed up. I didn't have a long jump stored, so that didn't work. But anyways, you can slide jump there to make the cycle. Now I will load a save because the game will crash. So there is a way to go through Antagony without having to worry about crashing, but it's really convoluted and probably not worth it. You basically have to like load in the previous chunk, and then you can go through Antagony with Cortex. But then you have to death freeze like every 3 minutes, and it's a little bit annoying. Here I'll just show you the strat with the slide jump. Oh crap, I messed it up. Let's try that again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why maybe you don't want to do this strat, but it's a little bit faster. There you go. I forgot to mention, I usually get the mask over here because it's really nice to have a mask for Antagony. Or even 2 masks. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you how to make this fast cycle. There we go. Oh wow, I totally failed. Anyways. But yeah, that was how to make the fast cycle. It's just that I totally messed it up at the end. So here's a way to kind of, you just jump on the second red platform really quickly, and then you can slide jump over here to save a little bit of time. Now the fastest way to kill all these ants is just to do body slams, kind of like how I did that there. So there's a couple ways to do this. You can just slide jump the ball over and then spin it, or this really cool strat where you just spin it straight into there like this. I don't usually use that strat because you kind of need to practice it a lot to get good at it, and it only saves like 1 or 2 seconds. But anyways, it's really pretty easy to make this cycle. I missed the cycle obviously because I was going slow, but you don't have to be too fancy there to make the cycle. Oh, and I totally failed. Good job, buddy. I think that cycle was impossible to make. Okay, so now we try to jump on this ant like this. If you don't, you basically either have to damage abuse there, or you can spin the ant and then jump on top of it. But I think damage abusing is a little easier. Also, I would not recommend touching this bomb at all, because the game could possibly crash. Okay, so that just destroyed our way to get up there. That usually doesn't happen, so I'm gonna just do this again. Also, you could skip the ant and go over here. I'll just show you this alternate strategy to see it. This is a little bit slower, but it's how we used to do it, so. Anyways, here now, let me just show you what I was going to do before. So, damage abuse, and then jump on this ant. Try to avoid that bomb, and then you can jump on one of these 2 stacks of boxes to get up here. And then start doing long jumps around the pillars. If you went the alternate route, which is down here, whoops. So if you went to the alternate route, you can jump on that ant to get up. Well, usually it's right here, so it's easier. But you can jump on his head to get up there. Or you could just jump here and then buy some like this. And then you go up here and do more long jumps and side jumps. It's a little bit difficult to do. You're going to have to practice it quite a bit before you get used to it. And then you jump up onto this invisible ledge and go down here. Now let me just show you how to make this color cycle. I totally failed. Let me try it again. Here's how I usually do it. It's not how most people do it. I usually do another slide jump and then long jump. And you can long jump off of that, or you can side jump if you have enough time. Now, you slide onto here and long jump over here. And jump up here. Now, this jump can be a little difficult, so you might want to just do a body slam. But I recommend just trying to practice this jump, and it should come to you pretty quickly. Now do some more long jumps. If you don't fall, which I just did. That's the way that people usually try and make that cycle, but I don't find it to be all that great for me, personally. Yeah, I'll try to actually succeed at doing that. Nope, I did not succeed. Because the ant is in my way. If you slide jump, you can long jump onto this purple thing and save a bit of time. And, oh yeah, I forgot to explain how to do that. So, let me try to get back there. You know what? So you can do controllable slide jumps there, or you can just do, there's a couple ways to do it. Here, I'll show both ways. because there's two of them, so I'll just show. First I'll show the easy way and then the hard way. So here's the easy way to do it. And then here's the hard way. But it's faster. And then you long jump off of this. And then you're gonna have to body slam up. Jump up here and then body slam here. And now you can slide jump over here and do a long jump to skip a few of those platforms. And then jump on this thing to skip more platforms. And I just missed a cycle. Oh, wow. I was trying to do that new thing Joester showed, but here's how you would normally do this color cycles. Like this. Here, let me just show you that one thing you can do if you're a little bit behind. I've never actually practiced it before, but let's see if I can do it. Oh wow, I'm stupid. Let me try that again. So what you do is slide jump, and then long jump over here, and there you go. So now you want to slide jump right here, and then do a long jump to skip a few more of those color platforms. Okay, so here, now let's see if we can get ball glitch. And about 99% of the time, you will not get ball glitch, and you're just going to do this normally. If you want to see how to do the ball glitch version, just check out my PB. Okay, so our strat that we use is we can spin the ball underneath there instead of having to slide it up there. We can just do it underneath, and it'll go like this. Now you're gonna have to get rid of these nitros. Alright. Okay, so now we can skip this next cutscene by jumping up here, doing a body slam like this. You could wait, can you get down? Yeah. So you can either jump off of this, or you can jump on this thing. I personally find it easier to just jump off of this, like this. And of course I failed. Wow, I am done. Okay, so now there's a couple ways to do this. One is to just jump onto an invisible ledge to skip the cutscene. Here, I'll show you how to do that. So just go like this. And of course, I'm stupid. And that's why most people would not opt to do that. Yeah, that invisible ledge can be a little bit scary to do it because you can't see where it is, but it's actually it's pretty big ledge, so you should be able to get it with practice. There you go. Now I'll show you the easier way to do it. Easier, quote unquote, way. I mean, it is easier, but I feel like the invisible ledge is really, really easy to jump on as well. Okay, so here's the easier way to do it. Just wait for the door to open and then jump on the door. Pretty simple. And then you basically just slide jump along this corridor up here until you get to the boss. Hopefully, well, obviously if you've died, then your game's crashed, so you haven't even gotten this far. And here I usually pause for a few seconds to let it load. Okay, and now we're on to the final boss, which is not too difficult. Unless you're trying to go really fast, then sometimes it can be kind of annoying, but hold on, I need to save the autosave. So yeah, it was a little bit difficult to explain, but basically you just want to do what I just did. Try to what is it called? Really bad at explaining things, but yeah, just try to do that and try to get a double jump. That saves a lot of time. But unfortunately, I was kind of slow, so it's cycling back. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the way I do the Cortex section here. You may want to just do a simpler way, but I feel like this is really, really easy to learn, so I'd really recommend it. So just shoot, and then stand right here. Shoot until you can't anymore, and then damage these. And then keep shooting until he's about ready to shoot again, and then run out of the way. And then just stand here and shoot until you destroy both of them. And then for the final part, just try to follow what I do to ensure the quick killing of the final boss. I have no clue what I was just saying. Anyways. And I failed. Oh well. And there we go. I've beaten the game, except that I loaded a save, so it's not a valid run, but it doesn't matter. Just a tutorial. Alrighty, so I hope this tutorial has helped. This will probably not be the final version of the tutorial. Either me or someone else will make a better tutorial, but since this is the only one that exists right now, I will upload this and hopefully find it helpful. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment or you can ask in the Crash Bandicoot Speedrunning Discord server in the Twins channel. Or I have no clue why I'm solving a Rubik's Cube right now, but okay. Alright, thanks for watching.